Hey, what is going on YouTube? This is Robert, and today I'm bringing to you a bit of a different video, which is also a little bit delayed. I should have really covered this last week, but I was more so not really wanting to do so in the end, as I was wanting to wait for more things to come out in relation to it and just to give a more so solidified sort of video on the subject, which is why today we're going to be talking about the Kaws North Face collaboration that's set to release in just under a month's time in the end, or just around like 30 days. I don't know why I did that, but about 30 days time. So yeah, let's just get straight into this and talk about it. And yeah, I also need to upload a lot more because the last week I haven't really been too sort of well or with it. So yeah, let's get into this. Okay, so to obviously kick things off on this sort of subject, we've got to, go back and kick off with the first post, which was this initial one, just giving the little teaser and, little bit of detail towards it, and on the collaboration, where we get a look at just some of the sort of mountain jacket parka type pieces, and you don't really see too much past that except for the initial colorways. So then we move on, and obviously this video is posted where they go through the sort of teaser to the collection, showing off some of the pieces and giving just like the model sort of outlook of the pieces in general, like across the board. Obviously we will go through the full collection. I did attempt to save like every single picture from the collection to then display like one by one and go through. Unfortunately there were 72 photos, so it's a little bit much, so instead I will just scroll through. So yeah, we've had all of the sort of lookbook and teaser bits. We've had some of the other bits and pieces to do with their holiday release that they always do, where they always go above and beyond with their like just way of presenting it, as you can see. And that is where we now come on to going through the collection and going through just the details of how you can sort of go about copying it in general. I should really follow Kaws, shouldn't I, realistically? So let's run through the collection and all of the pieces, and then talk about some of the pieces that I'd like to pick up, what I think of the colorways and things in general, and how you can go about copying it in the end, which might be a little bit difficult, but we'll get into that. So let's go through the pictures, obviously. So we have the different colorways of the pieces, and the pieces in general that they've had on their Instagram shown, but I want to get to just like the actual core pieces in the end, so I will just skip through because you do have quite a couple of like literal photos of them, like 24 to be exact, of literal just like ads. So we're going to start off with the Nups Nupsy. Now I believe all of the pieces are centered around the 1996 models, which is what most places like tend to go with and tend to focus on. I just think that it's probably the all-round sort of like best one in the end, and because of that, that's why they all sort of focus on it. So yeah, we've got this at first, coming in 3 colorways. I've seen a lot of people say they want them, so yeah, I mean, they do have that appeal to them. Personally for me, I think that this colorway, the middle sort of central one, I feel is the better one. Saying that, I've seen more people show interest for this one with the purple and the blue and teal colors to it. Not so much of a fan of this one. I think it's way too vibrant for me personally. I'm sure people can pull it off, but for me it's a bit too vibrant. But yeah, I've more so seen interest for this colorway. I prefer this one though, if I was going to buy it, which I'm not, because I've heard that some of the retails can be, or might be, a little bit high. So yeah, we then move on to what I believe is the mountain jacket in the end, which again has multiple colorways, as you can see, and as you can tell, 4 colorways to be exact. Personally for me, black colorway is just plain and simple. It's the easiest, and I think that it's just the cleanest. I think that these other colorways do an okay job, but there's just something about it that I think it might just be the patches that just throw me off a little. I think that if they just left them as the full color through, might have been a little bit better. That reminds me of a Supreme one that I've seen before. But yeah, in general, it's just the black colorway. I think it's just the best one. We then move on to the fleece, which has 1 colorway. I thought there were more colorways to it, but there's 1 colorway. I will say though that the colorway might not be the easiest to match with a lot of things, but that is what it is. We then move on to a hoodie, which I really like this colorway. It pops, but the thing is obviously it is just a little bit basic, because obviously all you do have is the Kaws logo, North Face logo, and that's it. You're just getting a couple of different colorways. It is embroidered, which I do like the fact of, but there's something just about that. I don't know if this was ribbed at the bottom as well, or whether it's just how the image looks, but it's like the hem and the cuff are ribbed, is what it looks like, but it could just be the image. In terms of colorways, I do think they're all solid. For me though, this colorway, this like royal near to purple sort of colour and this bright baby blue sort of tone are definitely the best ones just for me personally. It does also look extremely comfortable, even though it is very basic. It does look really comfy for some reason. I do like this sort of, I wouldn't say magenta, but like burgundy-ish tone. But then again, it's here. It's just got different like X's. Also, the X is larger on two of them. They look smaller on those, and the logos are then lower placed and larger on them. So maybe they're different. Yeah, they are different hoodies. Why couldn't they have done that colorway on that hoodie type? Because that just looks like a thicker, like comfier hoodie. But regardless, it's okay. It is basic, like I said. But at the end of the day, simplicity is one of those things that a lot of companies go for. So yeah. We then have, I still can't gauge whether it's a crew neck or a long sleeve. I'm going with it being a long sleeve, which has, again, a couple of different colorways. They're okay, it's very simple, it's going to be embroidered, which I love embroidery, but yeah, I'm sort of focusing on other things from this collection. It might come to it where I'm like, I need everything, but at the same time, I'm focusing on specific pieces for myself in the end. So yeah, we then have a tee, which, yeah, it does come in different colorways. Why not do that for the long sleeve? Colorways, cool. I love this brightness, this like light tone to it. I haven't looked at this collection in like 4 or 5 days, so it's also given me like a refresher of it. But I like the brightness and the sort of light tone to that. I do also like the darkness to that one. I think the tees across the board are actually quite nice, and their price will be a lot lower than a hoodie or a crew neck or a long sleeve. So yeah, it might not be too bad to pick one up. We then move on to the Nups pants. See, the thing about the pants, which I thought to myself before, was that this colorway translates a lot better onto the pant, whereas this one doesn't do the same. Like, it doesn't do justice, and this just doesn't look great in my view. I'm not trying to be Kermit the Frog out here, you know. We then move on to, I'm guessing this is to match the fleece in the end, but I still can't gauge whether it is or not, but I believe that it is, which, yeah, I still think that the fleece just looks better. We then have the overalls or coveralls. Yeah, I mean, black colorway is just nice and clean. We then have the pant or the sweatpant to match obviously the hoodie, so we've got a couple of different like colorways in the end for that, which, yeah, they look nice. I believe these are then like the kids variations of the jackets, but we can also see like the back to them in the end, but I'm pretty sure these are like the kids sizes in each jacket. And I don't know why they also get better jacket like colorways as well in some cases, but yeah, I'm pretty sure these are just all the kid variations of them. But now we move on to the pieces that I'm most excited for, where we've got the duffel bag, which for me personally, that right there, that is what I need, that is what I want. I've been after a duffel bag, some people may or may not know, for a long time or a long duration. I've been looking for either a North Face or just a nice one in general. Doesn't really matter on the brand, but I've also been after a North Face one. More specifically, I've been after the North Face International Collection or International Pack South Korea one that came out in like 2017, 2018. But unfortunately, it's not really a piece that comes up that often, because in that collection they also released a mule, a beanie, a scarf as well as the jacket that I've got, or as well as the jacket that I've got, and I can't get any of those pieces anywhere, so finding the duffel bag has just been a pain. So realistically, I would like to go for this. I think this is the best colorway. Red, it has nothing special to it. The light blue is okay, like cloud sort of tone is okay, but this is just, you know, it's like literally just like type of piece. They've then got the gloves in a black colorway and a white colorway. Personally, white colorway 100 times better. Black colorway's okay and like clean, but it just doesn't translate as well, and it doesn't really look as good as this white colorway. I think it's just a lot better. Balaclava, I need this as well. It's really cool, it's really simple. I've already got a Supreme one, but unfortunately it's bright red, like a really bright red. I just haven't worn it. Like, I haven't at all since I unboxed it. I haven't worn it, so I'd prefer this, to be honest. I think it'd just be a lot easier to wear, and could match a lot more. So yeah, we then go on to obviously beanies. You know how I am with beanies. I feel like I want to pick up this colorway. Dependent on the retail, I might get both in the end and just hold on to one and wear the other, but I really like the light tone to this. I feel like it could match a lot of the stuff that I've got, so yeah, I want it. And yeah, that's it for the collection. That's basically it in the end. Now, going on to how you're meant to, you know, cop it or pick some of the pieces up, let's just get into it. So on the 17th of February, it will be dropping on the XPLR Pass in the end. Now, if you don't know what the XPLR Pass is, it's like a loyalty program, sort of like same thing that you get on like Adidas Confirmed or on the Nike app. You know, it's the exact same thing. It's completely free. You just make a North Face account and then sign up to it. It's plain and simple, and that's it. So if I click on here, XPLR Pass, as you can see here, you just join it, you sign up, email for login, everything, you know, you're all done. I agree and join. That's it. Look, earlier exclusive access to products, and you just get all of these other bits and pieces, 10% off on your first purchase. I wonder if that will work for the like collection, but regardless, you do that. Once you're obviously onto that, and once you're obviously then just signed into your account, you can obviously just click the XPLR Pass, which as you can see it says here, you know, join our membership to stay up. If I just click onto it directly as a thing, you can access your pass here. It gives you all the reasons why you should join, but in the end, this is how it's going to be dropping. It's going to be dropping through this membership program in the end. So you can literally just go to your path, and then it just loads up with the same sort of thing as like apps and things that you might have seen before. Just the same sort of content of some things. You can answer some questions. Before they did have a thing where you could sign up, and like there were a couple of competition sort of things to sign up to. But yeah, that's basically it. That's all you need to do. Now, I will be honest, I would make sure that you log in either the night before or earlier on from when it is going to drop. Maybe see if they have like, I haven't looked into them having like an app or anything to do with it, but if they do, I'd recommend doing that and sign in on that as well. Personally, for me, it's already a tiny bit on the glitchy side when I have logged in a couple of times, and I feel like when it comes to the actual drop, it's just going to be mayhem. So when I get any details closer to it, and obviously people will see details closer to it when it does drop, yeah, they'll obviously be put out, and hopefully you will learn about it. But yeah, I'm hoping just to get the balaclava, a beanie, the duffel bag, and then either like a tee or a long sleeve or something like that maybe, but I might just leave it to like both beanies, the balaclava and the duffel bag in the end, just for the pieces that I want. But yeah, just make sure that you're signed up to this if you're looking to go for the collection, because this is how it's going to drop. And yeah, obviously if you didn't know, when you do search up Kaws TNF, you can get it here, and obviously as you see it says 17th of Feb 2022 available to the past members. So yeah, just keep that in mind. In terms of retails though, I haven't really seen too many yet, but I have seen people say that it is just going to be a little bit pricey for some of the pieces, like the nups or nupsy and some of the jackets and things, but we'll have to see closer to the date if we get actual retails out, so that we can be prepared to either be like, or like. So yeah, but that is going to cover it for me. So as per normal, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below, what you're going to be going for from this collection, what you like, what you dislike, whether or not you think it's a bit too bland, because I have seen a lot of people say it's a bit too bland and basic, and some of the things are a bit too bold in terms of colorways. But yeah, as an overall, I think that it's very much a Kaws looking collab. You know, it's very much what I'd expect from that, like the color choice and the color palette and everything. So yeah, I think if it was left to just basic bland colors, people might be like, well, this isn't really too Kaws. So yeah, at the end of the day, you're always going to have people complain and nag about things, and it is what it is. But yeah, that's going to cover it anyway. I hope that you have a good day, and I will see you all next time. Peace.